What if you were able to build muscle 2 times faster than everyone else? Well, new research has revealed an important factor of muscle growth, a secret that most people don't know. And I'm going to give it to you, so listen carefully. It's a concept that's called stretch-mediated hypertrophy. It may sound complicated, but its implications are simple and profound. It suggests that if we pay more attention to the stretch phase of our exercises, we can significantly enhance our muscle growth. Now you may be thinking, stretch phase, isn't that just a fancy term for flexibility? Well, not exactly. Yes, stretching is crucial for flexibility. But when we talk about the stretch phase in the context of muscle growth, we're referring to a specific part of each exercise. Consider a bicep curl. You start with your arm extended, you curl the weight up, and then you lower it back down. That lowering movement, that's the stretch phase. It's when your muscle is lengthening under tension. And according to recent research, this phase is a goldmine for muscle growth. Why is that, you ask? Well, when your muscles stretch under tension, it triggers a cascade of biochemical signals. These signals then stimulate the muscle cells to grow and multiply. So the more you stretch, the stronger the signal, and the more your muscles grow. But here's the catch. You can't just stretch and expect your muscles to balloon. It's about how you stretch. You need to stretch under tension during your exercises and focus on this phase if you want to maximize your gains. So what's the takeaway here? Stretching isn't just about touching your toes or doing the splits. It's about harnessing the power of the stretch phase in your exercises to boost your muscle growth. So next time you hit the gym, remember, stretching isn't just for flexibility, it's a key player in muscle growth too. Let's delve deeper into specific exercises. Ever thought about the bottom part of your preacher curls and leg extensions? Imagine, if you will, the gravity-defying power of your biceps and the explosive strength of your legs. But now, focus on the moment when those muscles are stretched to their limits. That's where the magic happens. Studies have shown that concentrating on the bottom part of preacher curls and leg extensions, where your muscles are stretched the most, leads to greater muscle growth compared to performing just the top half. It's all about the stretch. It's about putting your muscles under tension in a stretched position. It's about those few extra degrees of movement that make all the difference. This method, known as stretch-focused training, is all about maximizing muscle growth. It's a subtle shift in focus, but it can yield significant results. So the next time you hit the gym, remember to stretch it out. It's clear that the stretch phase in these exercises is a game changer for muscle growth. Moving on, let's talk about triceps and hamstrings. Triceps, those muscles at the back of your arm that help you push and pull with gusto, have been the subject of intriguing research. In a recent experiment, overhead cable extensions were pitted against cable pushdowns. The findings? Well, hold on to your dumbbells, as the results were pretty astounding. The overhead cable extensions, which put the triceps in a greater state of stretch, resulted in 1.5 times more muscle growth compared to the cable pushdowns. Yes, you heard that right. 1.5 times more growth. That, my friends, is the power of stretch-focused training. The stretch phase is not just a passive part of the exercise, it's a goldmine for muscle growth. Now let's shift gears and talk hamstrings. You know, those muscles at the back of your thigh that make you run like the wind. We're going to look at a study comparing seated leg curls with lying leg curls. Seated leg curls, which stretch the hamstrings more, were put to the test against lying leg curls. The verdict? After 12 weeks, the seated leg curls led to significantly greater growth. So, what's the takeaway here? It's all about the stretch, my friends. By focusing on exercises that stretch your muscles more, like overhead cable extensions for triceps and seated leg curls for hamstrings, you're gearing up for greater muscle growth. But remember, it's not about swapping out all your exercises for these. It's about incorporating them into your routine to enhance your gains. And always ensure to perform these exercises with proper form and control, because we're not just trying to build muscle here, we're also trying to prevent injuries. The results speak for themselves. More stretch equals more growth. So, how can you apply these findings to your workout routine? Firstly, let's talk about the importance of a full range of motion. This means moving your muscles through their complete span of movement during each rep. It's not about how heavy the weight is, but how effectively you're stretching your muscles. So try to avoid any shortcuts. No cheating, no bouncing, just pure, controlled motion. Next, let's discuss the weight. While it's true that heavier weights can lead to greater muscle growth, remember to control the weight during the stretching phase. Don't let it control you. This is where the magic happens. This is where you stimulate muscle growth. Now, on to exercise selection. For biarticulate muscles, those that cross over two joints, we recommend exercises that achieve deeper stretches. For your triceps, try overhead extensions. Seated leg curls work wonders for your hamstrings. Incline bicep curls are great for those biceps. And for your hamstrings and glutes, give Romanian deadlifts a shot. Remember, it's not just about the exercise itself, but also about how you perform it. Make every rep count, focus on the stretch, feel your muscles work, and make the most of every single movement. But that still wasn't all. Let's discuss a strategy to further increase focus on the stretch phase. This strategy is known as the lengthened partials technique. It's a method that involves performing half repetitions in the bottom position after you've reached failure on full range repetitions. You might be wondering why you'd want to do this. Well, it's quite simple. This technique helps to increase the intensity of the stretch phase, which, as we've discussed, can lead to greater muscle growth. However, it's important to exercise caution when using this technique. While it can be highly effective, it should be used sparingly. Why? Because it can lead to fatigue quickly, and this is something you want to avoid. Fatigue can hinder your performance and increase your risk of injury. Even more importantly, this technique should not be used on large exercises like squats or deadlifts, due to the high risk of fatigue and injury. Remember, technique is crucial. Don't risk injury for the sake of a few extra reps. Science never stops, and neither should your training. In the ever-evolving field of fitness, it is crucial to keep up with the latest research to maximize your muscle gains. If you want to get the maximum gains out of your workouts, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the best tips and techniques for muscle growth. Besides that, never forget, stay disciplined, and no matter what area of life, consistency is key. Thank you for watching.